Commissioners Court of Brazos County will meet regular session on January the 30th, 2024, at 10 a.m. The Commissioners Courtroom, the County Administration Building, 200 Texas Avenue, Suite 106. First item on the agenda is the invocation pledge of allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flag, and I'll lead those. Father, I want to thank you for your love and your mercy. I want to thank you, Father, for the blessings we have to live in the country we live in. Father, I want to thank you, or I want to ask, Father, that you be with the families that lost the 3 soldiers in Jordan. Tragic, Father, and I pray that you'll be with those families. Pray that you'll be with those that we had a big fire last night, and I'm thankful that no one apparently was hurt and that none of the first responders got hurt. So thank you for that. I ask, Father, that you'll give us wisdom and knowledge as we do your business this morning. I ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Second item on the agenda is citizen input and our concerns.
Wait a minute. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. You always tell us thank you when we do it. I wanted to tell you thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Ann Boney.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners, and to all those that's here at this court this morning. I stand before you this morning because I have a major concern, but I also want to recognize some individuals that did warming centers during the cold spell. I was not here. I was in Galveston, Texas. My great aunt had passed, and I was down there trying to take care of that. But Miss Felicia Benford and Mr. Arthur Davila, both of them from the health district, called me on January the, whatever day it was, the 19th, 11th, something like that, somewhere between the 11th and the 12th. We had 2 Zoom meetings, and what they tried to do, and what they did do successfully, was open a warming center at the BFW Hall, number 4692. I'm appalled that the county nor the city took advantage of that to actually open warming centers. I have attended the management, whatever the name of the organization is, that's supposed to watch out or take care of those of us doing dangerous or hazardous storms, whether or not it's the pandemic, whatever it is. But it didn't happen in Brazos County, and I was kind of appalled at that. I do know that they opened the center at the, again, at the BFW Post on 2818, Harvey Mitchell, whichever one you want to call it. And they asked for volunteers. We had flyers out. We had a couple of the Commissioner Watson came over, Judge Darrell Booker came over. We had volunteers. We had students from Texas A&M, also the high school. We had 4-hour shifts. Some of us worked 8-hour shifts because we had those warming centers open from January the 14th until January the 17th at noon. And I want to recognize them for their efforts in putting that warming center together, but I'm also, again, concerned that we didn't that our management team, whoever it is, I'm not going to call any names, didn't do what I believe should have been done. So Judge Peters and Commissioners, I want you to know that we did have warming centers, but that was an effort, again, led by Felicia Benford and Arthur Dolivar, but we had all our committee, all of our service organizations in Brazos County to horn in on that effort, and it was a success. Bryan PD brought people over to that warming center that had nowhere to go during those cold spells. And if we're going to represent our people, I think we need to represent all of our people all over Brazos County. We had people call us from Madisonville and also from Franklin, to bring people over to the warming center, but we opened it specifically for Brazos County. We would not turn anyone away, but Brazos County we had that open for Brazos County. And again, I don't know what needs to be done. I don't know if anything can be done, but I know that we have people that are responsible for that, And I think that we need to hold them accountable. And if we're not going to hold them accountable, then we shouldn't have them. So it is with our elected officials. If our elected officials are not going to do what they're supposed to do, we need to be mindful that we need to have people in place that's going to take care of Brazos County and those citizens that put them into office, because that is your responsibility to those that voted for you. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. Cynthia Wiley.
Good morning. I'm going to ask God to give me the words to express how I feel. I've been very preoccupied, several of us have, with election integrity for several months now. So it's kind of at a pause right now, and I've been able to revisit how I feel about a situation that I witnessed here in this body. And this is regarding how this body treated a very well-respected, very honorable citizen of this county, who gave of his time, who gave of his knowledge, and he offered to educate this body. I thank you, Judge, for bringing Dr. Dougherty into this group. What I'm upset about is the way the disrespect that I witnessed with my eyes. He was offered a workshop. He was here for 25 minutes, 30 minutes. What happened after that, and I'm not going to name names, but two people that are presently in this audience went out to the media and basically said, "Nothing to see here, folks. Everything's good with our elections. Electronic voting machines are fine." That was wrong. There is a problem. And the fact that this body and people of this community do not recognize that is disturbing. Every day reports come out. There are new evidence found every day about how these elections, 2020 in particular, was riddled with fraud. Then Dr. D came back. He was unable to get a report that he was asking for. The disrespect that happened in this area right here where I stand is beyond my comprehension. I was raised differently than what I saw displayed. He was denied an opportunity to defend himself after he was accused of lying. To me, that is just, I don't have words to express it. I'm at a loss. I was up till 2 o'clock last night because I was so irritated at what I saw happen. I think you're an honorable man, Judge. I think you were misguided in that moment. I think you were given a misdirection of what he should have been allowed to do. I know my commissioner, Aldrich, called Dr. D afterwards and spoke to him about the incident. Thank you for doing that. But I am still very disturbed at the disrespect of a man that is sought after internationally and nationally to give cyber expert testimony about what happened. You are more than willing to give accolades to our election administrator all the time whenever she comes up here and speaks. But that's not what I saw you do to Dr. Dougherty. What am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to bring him back and make a wrong right.
That's your time.
Come back.
Thank you, Cynthia. That's the two that we had, and then we've got someone who wants to speak on certain agenda items. So we will move on to presentation and discussion, introduction. Laura Jorgensen Thornhope? Maybe, Eric, maybe you?
I got the correct pronunciation, Judge.
Okay.
Eric Zimmerman, District Extension Administrator with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Glad to be here. We come bringing good news. It's my pleasure to introduce our finalists for the vacant Better Living for Texans Extension Agent position. That Katie McGill had been in that role for 3 years and had moved on with her husband to Boston. And we felt that was a top priority to fill that position, and we went out and got one of the best, in my opinion, Laura Jorgensen Chernahoy. Yes,
Okay.
she told me that this morning because for 4.5 years I've been saying it wrong also. Okay, Laura's currently the extension agent for Better Living for Texans program, which is a federally funded program to educate limited resource individuals in Harris County, and she's going to be able to move into the role here in Brazos County. Laura comes well versed, a lot of accolades. She's got a Bachelor of Science degree in medical microbiology and immunology from University of Wisconsin-Madison. She's got a Bachelor of Science in medical technology from Wisconsin as well, a graduate certificate of public health, and as well as a Master of Public Health from UT Health Science Center. And so she's been in Harris County, as I said, for 4.5 years. But prior to that, she was in Montgomery County as a program assistant, and has got close to 30 years of professional experience, postgraduate work at the University of Wisconsin. So, you know, we're glad to have her. What's nice is, again, it's not a burden, with the exception of, as Katie and I were talking about, an office space in the extension office, because extension pays this individual's 100% salary. She's going to continue to come in and offer those great programs that we have for those limited resource folks in Brazos County. And so I believe your first start date will be Monday the 5th, which is 6 days from today. And I know the team here, we've got a great team. We're bringing in another addition to a great team, and we certainly appreciate y'all's support in welcoming Laura to her new position. Laura?
I just want to say I'm very grateful to have been selected for the position. Very honored, and I just hope to bring, you know, my passion for the position and the experience with the position to just keep doing my work, keep doing the programs that affect everybody's lives in a positive way, and make, you know, positive health changes in the community of Brazos County.
Thank you and good luck.
Welcome.
Laura's got a program in Harris County at 1 o'clock, correct? So we're going to kind
Oh,
of move
you better
on.
go. All right.
That's how we hired me. He said, I can make it 10 o'clock work, and we'll be in Harris County.
Safe
by 10
travels.
p.m. Thank y'all.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we will move on and consider and take action on agenda items 4 through 24. Number 4 is proclamation 24-001, declaring February 10 through April 4, 2024 as Brazos County Walk Across Texas. And who's, I'm sure we've got somebody from, yeah, there you go, come on.
Motion to approve?
Yeah.
Second.
We got a motion?
And seconded.
Yes.
Okay, a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Certainly there's none. Motion carries. You read the proclamation. Whereas Brazos County Commissioners Court finds that it is in the best interest of the citizens of Brazos County that, this is the wrong one. I got a bullet sheet. Is there an extra one in there?
There's an extra one.
All right.
You have to sign. That's for the next one.
All right. This one looks good. Whereas it's never too late to start an active lifestyle, no matter how old you are, how unfit you feel, or how long you've been inactive. Research shows that starting a more active lifestyle now through regular, moderate activity can make you healthier and improve your quality of life. Whereas regular physical activity reduces the risk of dying of coronary heart disease, the nation's leading cause of death, and decreases the risk of stroke, colon cancer, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Whereas regular physical activity also helps control weight, contributes to healthy bones, muscles, and joints, reduces the symptoms of anxiety and depression, and is associated with fewer hospitalizations, physician visits, and medications. Whereas people of all ages benefit from participating in the regular physical activities such as 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 or more times a week. Whereas Walk Across Texas is an 8-week physical activity program with one goal: to increase your physical activity level. Walk Across Texas uses friendly competition and group support to encourage adults, youth to become physically active. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Dwayne Peters, Brazos County Judge, do hereby proclaim February, and the Commissioners Court do hereby proclaim February 10th through April the 4th, 2024, as 8 weeks of fun, fitness to urge all Brazos County citizens to participate in Walk Across Texas and increase their physical activity.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, greetings to our honorable judge and our elected officials, our commissioners and other elected officials, and everyone who's in the courtroom. My name is Flora Williams. I'm the Brazos County Extension Office. I'm the Brazos County Extension Agent with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, and I oversee the Walk Across Texas Task Force. I have members of the Walk Across Texas Task Force with me. This is Nikki. She is the chairman. Nikki McDaniels is the chairman of the task force. So for 27 years, we've come to a member of our staff has come to this court and asked that 8 weeks be proclaimed Walk Across Texas, and each time y'all sign the proclamation. So we thank you for that. We do encourage everyone to participate in Walk Across Texas. Today we will send the league out to the county employees. So there will be a Brazos County Employee League, but all the citizens, we also want you to be a part of it. Each year we have over 200 teams participate, and thank you to, I know Commissioner Berry, you participated last year, so we thank you, and I know in the past some of you others have. So we want to see you all in there. Okay, and thank you again for the proclamation.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why don't y'all come up, Florida, and we'll
And
take
I had one
pictures.
question too.
Okay.
Who's the current holder of the traveling the brass tennis shoe that we need to displace?
Which precinct's out in Welborn?
Precinct 1.
Precinct 1?
Precinct 1 has the golden shoe.
Okay. And which team was it from Precinct 1?
I'm going to put in the email that's going to come out today,
Super.
so you will know.
Super. Hey, I just wanted to get that mention of Precinct 1 in there.
Oh, okay.
You know what it's about.
All right. Congratulations, Michael.
Everybody get their tennies on.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I had a question too. Since I have really bad neuropathy, but I row now, can I use my rowing miles? Well, I'll start posting my row machine distances then. I'm on it. Oh yeah, we can do that. Thank you.
Okay, we did vote on that.
Yes, we
Okay.
did.
So we'll move to number 5, request approval to apply for the office of the governor for a bullet-resistant shield grant, and approval of resolution 24-002.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 6 is request approval to apply for for the officer of governor for rifle-resistant body armor grant. Approval of resolution 24-003.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 7, let's see, I believe Kathy Vine? If you want to speak on number 7, come up and speak.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I have a couple questions in regard to this agenda item. I looked at the grant application approval form. I am asking if you could explain how the term began July 3rd of 2023. So has this been a grant that's already been applied for and granted? On that approval form, it says there is no county match requirement, but on the resolution, it says that the court is agreeing to provide applicable matching funds. I don't know how to explain that discrepancy. The program itself is from the Department of Transportation. There's no explanation of how that money is to be used. Are we getting more medians in the county? I would really like to know where that transportation money is going. And the purpose of the grant, according to their description, is to promote racial equity and climate change. And I'm wondering, two of you are running for re-election. Is this part of your party platform? Is this part of your re-election campaigns to use county funds to promote racial equity and climate change? Seems like that's a DEI program. I wasn't aware that our county commissioners were supporting that.
Katie, you
So, is it okay if I do that?
sure. What?
Bruce? Hit me.
Okay.
So the resolution says no, the
Let's start at
application.
the beginning.
Okay.
Because it says the term begins July 3rd of 2023. So has this been
That's a
something?
federal. We've applied. This will be the third time that we've
So
applied.
that's the dates that the federal grant is offered, and we have not heard. So then the question is, on that grant application, it says no county match is required, but in the resolution, the commissioners are committing to provide applicable matching funds.
If it becomes required. So the resolution is so that if we need match in the long
When
run,
is that determined and by whom?
that would be when the grant is awarded, and it'll be determined by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
So we're agreeing to match up to $5 million if that's what the grant is approved for.
The application suggests that there is no match. So
Right, but we don't know until it comes through, and we are pre-agreements.
but there's no
agreeing to-
amount on
Right,
that.
so
It's
could
just
you-
if it comes up. So that way,
Yes.
that resolution goes through as support of the grant. And if, when they're looking at the applications, they determine that the project is going to require match, it authorizes the Commissioners Court. The resolution is still in support of the grant versus
Right,
now.
so we don't know until it's approved how much we're committing to of our funds.
We're not, our application doesn't actually commit funds. It wouldn't be until we were awarded the grant and accepted the grant.
Right.
We
That's when
would,
we
The
would
same,
be.
the
I mean,
point's the
the-
same.
I guess the
don't know if
question
you're-
I would ask is when the grant, if we are successful in obtaining this grant, we do still maintain the right of refusal if the
Yes.
terms for the grant are not what we would agree to.
Yes.
But the resolution says that the court is agreeing to provide the applicable matching funds. So it's agreeing to it. It's not saying, we will revisit this if there are funds required for us to match it. It says we are agreeing to it now. That's what the resolution says.
I think that's because we're applying for the grant. We need to
It's-
say we will, but that doesn't mean we need to accept the grant. We're saying there are no funds going to be allocated for it. So if the grant comes and there are no strings attached in terms of a match, we'll take the grant. If there's money that we need to come up with, we'll debate it then and decide if the grant is worth it.
The resolution is more to show to the grantor that we are in support of it, or that the Commissioners Court is in support of it.
It's a lot of money. It just really raises alarms with me. And then it's from the Department of Transportation. What is the plan to use this $5 million for?
The plan is to design actually a bridge at Elma Whedon at Wixon Creek.
So the design itself costs $5 million.
We've never actually designed it because it's too expensive. We've never paid for it, so
Is
that's the
that
thing.
normal, $5 million? for
It's a big bridge.
plans?
I
For
know
something
that.
with the water mitigation involved in that bridge, it is.
Oh, so then the
It's an
portion of it
enormous-
is in addition to that. This is
Yeah.
Yes, this is just the
plan.
design.
Okay.
This is so you don't pay for it out of, well, we all pay for it because
Well,
it's
yeah.
federal money, right?
And-
But
and
it's
we might
it's,
take it out of our pocket,
yeah,
too.
and so it's a grant that would allow us to design that bridge. There's I don't know the number. We have fatalities on that double curve out there. We have road washing out all the time, which county spends money fixing. We have people unable to pass through that area during flood.
And it
Yeah.
sounds like a worthy endeavor, which also means that if they do say we need $5 million from you, the county, to
Then you
match
could say no.
funds, then it sounds like it will be a reasonable expectation that you will approve that. Just putting it out
Well,
there.
and
I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
there's,
for.
in the grant application and in the resolution, there is no, there is no acceptance of any obligation from a fiscal perspective on Brazos County. That just needs to be clear.
Okay.
There-
But if
there-
it's a
there-
worthy cause, then it sounds like we are willing to pay $5 million out of pocket if the federal government matches it.
The
I accept what you're saying.
Let me
Well-
just say that the $5 million will not do that whole project. So the
Right.
match would be, the county's gonna will have to participate in the cost, not of this 5 million, but in others, and that's what you use for a match, is when you're spending money on a project. That project, I think when we looked at it, it was like $15 million. And so we're gonna be spending from county money, if we can get this 5 million, which would then get us to the point we can get the remainder of the project done, but we're still gonna spend money out there, and that's what can be used as match. It's money you're gonna be spending.
Okay, and then it says that the purpose of it, now, I don't know what, I'm not familiar with this area that you're describing, the bridge. So does that comply with their description of meeting racial equity and climate change? I mean, that's how they raise.
All the
program.
all the applications require that now. It has to be some kind of green initiative, and so we,
So it's DEI promoted by the Commissioners Court by accepting this grant and promoting it. I guess it's a.
not
all
accepted.
money.
That's a
Nobody's
big jump.
accepted.
That's a big jump.
I'm not, I'm not.
That's not at all.
No,
Yeah, you're
that's,
reaching.
I'm not there.
I'm just reading.
Your federal grants are going to always bow to that language, and you'll have something in there where you can say, okay, well, how is this climate change? Well, people are not driving around in a huge area when this bridge is flooded out, which is regularly, or under construction, which is regularly. There are people of all races and that live in our county. This connects people better in our county. This is checking those boxes. So please let me finish. It's a big reach to claim then that the Commissioner's Court is somehow supporting DEI. These are how you get federal grants. You satisfy the language they're looking for. Some legislators probably put that in there. And to then say that the Commissioner's Court is proposing a DEI initiative, that's a big reach.
I understand it's part of the game, the way that you have to play. I get it. Thank you.
That's well said, yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so have we got a motion and a second yet? I don't think we have.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 8 is request approval for emergency management to apply for an FY 2024 Homeland Security Grant, HSGP, and approval of resolution of 24-005 for regional web EOC project through the Office of the Governor. And again, I think I have you down as wanting to speak in 8. Is Kathy?
That's not that one. I'll take it on 13.
Okay. I'll need a motion in a second.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 9 is appointment of Lieutenant Catherine Reeder to replace Rodney Signer of City College Station to the Homeland Security Advisory Committee, HSAC, for a period of January 30, 2024 to March 31, 2024.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made.
How come the appointment's only for 90 days?
I don't know. That's something that, I mean, that's COG committee, so
Okay.
I'm
That
not,
may be back, that might be a typo, that might be back for us to approve for longer.
Yeah.
We should probably look
Yeah,
into that.
could be for the remainder of a term too.
Oh, that
Yeah,
could be, yeah,
Could
that could be.
Okay.
If it's an unexpired term.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 10 is approval of early voting hours and locations for the March 5th, 2024 Democrat and Republican primaries.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
One thing I would like to say too is that hours, locations are still discretionary, but hours are established by state law, if I remember correctly. Now,
I believe that's correct.
so we have no discretion relative to the hours. Is that correct, Trudy?
Did we vote on that?
We did.
Okay. Number 11 is approval of following job description, county auditor, first assistant county auditor.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 12 is approval requested from Human Resources to write off outstanding account receivable of $504. This amount is believed to be uncollectible.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 13 is request authorization to a wire transfer of $5,047,350 to HHSC for the DY-13 Advanced Uncompensated Care Payment for the benefit of participating hospitals using funding from Brazos County Local Provider Participation Fund. And Kathy, I think you wanted to speak to that.
So this is about the same price tag that drew my attention. I apologize ahead of time. I didn't know what this UC bucket is. And didn't I just see several $1 million dispersed from a?
Let me
Yes.
explain what this is, and then
Okay.
if you still have questions.
Okay.
So, I think it was 2007, the hospitals first came to the county, because Texas does not do Medicaid, how they do it in other places, hospitals that were doing indigent care were not getting reimbursed a whole lot of money. And so they came to us, and there was a different way to be able to get federal match money to the hospitals. But the hospitals put that money up. That's where this $5 million comes up. It's state law set it up to where we, the county, could accept, and it's called a tax, but it is taxed on those hospitals, and it's put into this fund. It can only be used to match, to send up to the federal government, HHSC, and then they send the money to the local hospitals per however much got sent up. It's not taxpayer money. This is not county, it's not, we can't use it for anything else. It is strictly used for this HHSC program, and it's hospital money. They're the ones who put it all up. It's their money. And ultimately, if the program went away, we would have to distribute that money back to the hospitals.
Okay, so this money is not, my suspicion is at the end of whatever the budget year or whatever, of that $144 million that we were all complaining about back in September on the tax item, property tax conversation, that at the end of this period, we're going to have $2 million left because we're dispersing it. But this is not, you're saying this is not part of that general fund that people were complaining about was too high?
I
and-
don't believe
Okay.
that.
It's
No.
not.
Okay.
This is, probably the best way to describe it is if you look up 1115 waivers. And what an 1115 waiver is it's a way for, healthcare facilities, hospitals specifically, to be able to draw down reimbursement money from HHSC for uncompensated care, for Medicaid, and it's a kind of a convoluted deal, but the hospitals agree to, the providers that participate in this agree to this, all get together, they bring a recommendation to us for what that rate should be. We approve that rate. We are the conduit for that money because we account for it But what it does is it allows more money to come back into our community to provide payment for uncompensated care and for indigent health care and all of those types of things. And since the state of Texas handles things that way, 1115 waivers are the way that we deal with that.
And are these, is being done in February? Wasn't there something just a few weeks ago? Is it done quarterly, monthly?
Yes, there are different packages. Okay, this one is for, I mean, and they got great names for them, DISRIP and URIP, and there's all kinds of things.
True.
The auditor's office,
Okay.
the auditor's office can fill you in, and the budget officer can fill you in as well on these. But what you see here is when it says the $5 million, this is advanced uncompensated care payment. The other ones that you saw previous in this year were for other, I can't remember exactly which one it was.
I'll look them up. I just didn't have time. I got stuck on that first $5 million
Oh, yeah.
money.
Oh, great questions.
questions.
Great
Yeah.
questions. Thank you
Yeah.
for asking those.
Yeah, and again, I mean, this is not county money, this isn't property owner tax money, this is hospital money that would be funneled through the county but up to HHSC. It's their money, and we can't do anything with it other than this
Pass it
program.
along.
That's all. Did we vote on this?
We did not. Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 14 is approval of change order number 1, CIP 23-602, Real-Time Crime Center for additional labor in the amount of $6,153, increasing the total amount of contract to $235,201.60.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 15 is approval of bid award 24-035 for various aggregates, coal mix, and other road materials. Recommended award of the following.
Move approval A through E.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 16 is approval of contract 24-092 X-ray scanner maintenance with Leidos SD&A Inc.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 17 is approval of the vacating plat of Reliance Ranch subdivision, Block 1, Lot 5 and 6, being a replat of Reliance Ranch, Block 1, Lot 5R, 7.95 acres, Brazos County, Texas, sites located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 18 is request for approval of final plat of Raymond subdivision, Block 1, Lot 1, being 5.569 acres, John H. Jones League, Ace 26, Brazos County, Texas, per Senate Bill 2038. A copy of the petition to remove the property from the city limits of College Station, ETJ, and confirmation thereof are attached, sites located in Precinct 4.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion.
Just get ready because this is a trend.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 19 is tax refund application for the following.
Move approval A through G.
Second?
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 20 is budget amendments FY 23/24, 17.1 to 17.06.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 21 is personnel change status.
Move for approval A and B.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 22 is payment of claims. Claims to be paid by Brazos County, claim number 8200552 through claim number 8200667. and claim number 9200184 through claim number 9200237.
Move for approval?
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. We will skip down to number 25 is an acknowledgement of the FY 23-24 budget to actuals by fund as of January the 24th, 2024, and an acknowledgement of the FY 23-24 contingency budget to actuals by fund as of January 24th, 2024. 26 is acknowledgement of the certificate of completion for renewal of Texas registered elections official certification to Trudy Hancock, elections administrator, and I see Trudy back there, and congratulations. You do a great job. And
Judge, we're asking that you take 27 off. In conversations with the attorney for the Mud District, we realize there's some improvements we can make, so we expect to get that back to you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Slightly improved version benefiting both sides.
all right, thank you. We won't be taking action on, or why don't we take it off the
Ta-
agenda and then
Table it?
table it?
Table it for 2 weeks?
Motion to table?
Yes. Second.
Motion made, seconded to table, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries to table it. 28 is acknowledgement of monthly reports submitted in January 2024. 29 is juvenile director's report on detention population. 30 is sheriff's report on inmate population.
We need to get Linda's.
You know, I'm blowing
I haven't
over.
been here in 3 weeks.
We just passed.
So
it,
pass
no,
me
we-
right out, that's okay. We have 41 juveniles in detention, 28 males, 13 females, and we have 28 on electronic monitor.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Sheriff's report on inmate population, Chief.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. This morning, our population is 739, and we have 629 males, 110 females, and 45 on electronic monitor.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. 31 is announcement of interest items and possible future agenda topics.
Well, I want to thank all the first responders, police, fire, volunteers, citizens, everyone that's been involved with the fire out at the Feathercrest Farms off 21. I was talking with Constable Lampo, and I don't know, I could repeat everyone he was saying. People from Bremont, Madisonville, North Zulch, as well as everyone in Brazos County, Bryan and College Station responders. And I know I didn't hit all the cities. That Hilltop, that brought water tenders. Franklin, Wheelock, what a miss. Hearn. So these folks all responded. It's an unprecedentedly large fire out there. So far, the reports are no one has been three. Thank you. Don't do that. That looks like 3. Okay. Zero injuries have been reported so far. We'll just
What a
pray for the
blessing.
health of all the first responders that put themselves at risk in battling this huge blaze. It's going to be a while before that gets back to normal out there. And then just prayers for all the folks who now their jobs burned up yesterday. There's been a lot of, you forget too how this affects folks and families, and that business has been a great partner to this county for many years. So pray for them as well. But again, huge shout out to the massive response. And it was like a regional response. It wasn't even a county or 2 county response. So incredible to see all the teamwork getting out there and getting that thing under control.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Sure.
Any other announcement of interest item, future agenda topic? If not, we will move back up to 23 and convene an executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.0725 to deliberate the business and financial issues related to a contract being negotiated. That's contract A. Same thing with B, but it's contract B. And this one, I think we need to take.
And Judge, I've submitted letters on both of these contracts, giving my legal opinion. In this case, these need to be talked about an executive session to protect the county's interest in negotiations on each contract A and contract B.
Okay. We'll need a motion in a second.
Motion to meet in
Convene.
executive session.
Yeah, second. Okay, motion made, seconded. It needs to be unanimous. All in favor, raise your right hand. You raise your right hand, don't you? Okay. All right, it's unanimous. All right, and we'll need, of course, Cheryl, commissioners, attorneys, probably Katie and Nina and Charles. Is Ernest here? Yes. There you are back there, Ernest. I think that's all. And the time is 10:46. Out of executive session, it's 11:05. There's no action to be taken. Next item is to adjourn.
Okay, wait, tell everybody to hold up.